First, the top news headlines. Governor La Ganeshan presents Governor's Award and R.K. Sanatombi Devi Award 2022. Says human resource development is vital to nation's strength, while progress, prosperity and education are its key elements. 13 militants surrender with firearms before Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren. Chief Minister urges all underground outfits in state to come to negotiating table. "54 employees of Manipur Secretariat Services Association demanding fulfillment of association's 9-point charter of demands detained by police, taken to Sajiwa jail." Manipur logs 5 new COVID-19 cases, 0 deaths in last 24 hours. State's recovery rate improves to 98.44%. And results for Common University entrance test undergraduate will be declared by 10 tonight, informs UGC Chairman Jagadish Kumar. A very good evening. You are watching IS Primetime English News. Before we begin, IS News would like to remind our viewers to practice physical distancing, hand hygiene, wear masks, protect yourself and get vaccinated to ward off COVID-19. This is SURAJ Khongban Tabam giving you the news. Now the news in detail. Governor La Ganeshan presented the Governor's Award 2022 and R.K. Sanatombi Devi Award 2022. The event was held at Asa Jina Complex in Ragailong in Imphal. Speaking at the event, Governor La Ganeshan said that human resource development is vital to a nation's strength, while progress and prosperity and education is one of its key elements. He asserted that the central purpose of education is to inculcate among the students the ability to think and apply the knowledge they acquired in classrooms in solving social problems. He maintained that the responsibility of imparting knowledge and education rests with the teachers, who are considered to be moral guardians, friends, philosophers and guides in molding the character of the students. He added that the students have to acquire knowledge, skill and education so as to enable them to shoulder the responsibility to be reposed in them by society. He asserted that it is imperative for everyone to do everything possible to inspire, encourage and support the students so that they are able to play a meaningful and determined role in the nation's future. Governor La Ganeshan further said that education should not only emphasize access to global knowledge but should also uphold the richness of our culture and values, supported by the time-honored and eternal discipline, adding that education should stimulate all aspects of human intellectual potential. He emphasized the importance to ensure that the students are equipped with core values needed to live as responsible citizens in complex democratic societies. He also thanked Padma Shri-led T.H. Haridas and his associates in the management of R.K. Sanatombi Devi Vidyalaya for their invaluable contributions to society, particularly in the field of education. He exuded confidence that the efforts of the management and teachers of the R.K. Sanatombi Devi Vidyalaya will go a long way in achieving their aims and objectives.
In Mahabharata, I'm not telling a long story. In Mahabharata, when they fought, both Kaurava brothers, of course, the Kaurava and Pandavas, they formed a Chakra Vyuha. When Abhimanyu was in the field, Chakra Vyuha. In the war, there is so many methods are there. This is one, Chakra Vyuha. So that nobody knows how to enter into the Chakra Vyuha. But Achanak, suddenly Abhimanyu entered. Of course, he could not return back. That's a different story. Where from you learnt it? So when I was in my mother's womb, this was taught and I observed it. These two examples were told to him. I came back to my country. Why not be trying? I started trying it. That is why this system. Immediately after the marriage, you come and register, and vice versa, all other things I have told you.
Speaking on the occasion, Education Minister Thongnaujam Basantakumar said that education is not just being literate but understanding the world around us. He said students should have the courage to stand and speak their viewpoints and also should be good listeners. He asserted that they should believe their teachers, mentors and guardians and also their elders, adding that it will help them develop good discipline and good habits which will help in their future. Governor Laganation handed over the Governor's Award for the years 2021-2022 to Class 2 to Class 10 students, Kumbong Mayum Pansi and Ivana Thangzam respectively. He also distributed R.K. Sanatomi Devi Awards to different personalities in the field of teaching, traffic control, nursing, sports, differently abled person and best student in the ceremony. Chairman of Selection Board R.K. Nimai, staff and students of the school were also present on the occasion.
It's a very competitive world, but this results in unhealthy and sometimes drastic measures taken by students to come out on top, just to become toppers. We appreciate toppers, but at the same time, in the process, we may lose the whole purpose of education. We must remember that education is about being aware of your surroundings and the world around us, gather information about the world, what is happening in our laikai, in our village, in our locality, in our state, in our country, and in the world and beyond. That is what education is. Not just being literate, knowing how to read and write, but being able to comprehend and understand the world around us.
13 militants belonging to 2 proscribed outfits surrendered with their firearms before Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren today. The surrendered insurgents include 12 of the proscribed Kanglepak Communist Party, People's War Group KCP PWG, and 1 from the proscribed Kanglei Yawol Kanbalup KYKL. A homecoming ceremony of the cadres was organized by Home Department at 1st Manipur Rifles Banquet Hall in Imphal today. Speaking at the event, Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren appealed to all the underground outfits to come to a dialogue table and peaceful resolution. He asserted that peace is prevailing in the state under the guidance of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and militants from various outfits are returning to the mainstream. Reiterating his appeal to all the insurgent outfits to come for peace talks, he voiced Union Home Minister Amit Shah's statement that not a single bullet will be fired and no FIR will be lodged against militants who surrendered before the government. The militants laid down 2 M79 grenade launchers, also known as lethal guns, 3 9mm pistols, 3 IEDs, 2 detonators and 2 radio sheds, 5 letterheads and 4 extortion letters from proscribed KCP MC. The Chief Minister was joined by Power Minister T.H. Biswajit, RD and PR Minister Y. Khemchan, Education Minister T.H. Basanta, PHAD Minister Laisang Them Susindro, Labour Minister Haikham Dingo, MLA Kasim Vasum, MLA Awongbong Nyumai, DGP P. Dongel, Manipur Police top officers, IGR South Paramilitary Forces and officials during the homecoming ceremony.
Now we are sending many people through many ways, and it should have informed to all of us, to all the security agencies, to know each other and should respect each other. We might be trying to bring back the insurgents' friends to the mainstream. We should cooperate, we should support one each other. State को image खराब करने का काम नहीं करना है. हम लोग आपस में मिलके साथ जाना है. साथ ये इंसर्जेंसी को सोल्यूशन लाना है. पुलिस हो, जो पैरामिलिट्री फोर्स हो जो ऑपरेट कर रहा है, एक साथ एटलीस्ट मंथली एक महीना में एक बार तो बाइट के हम लोग डिस्कस करके एक्सचेंज ऑफ थॉट्स, एक्सचेंज ऑफ स्ट्रेटेजी, प्लान कैसे इसका आना है, इसको चालू रखना है.
Meanwhile, employees of Manipur Secretariat Services Association MSSA who took part in the protest demanding fulfillment of the association's 9-point charter of demands were detained by the police. Continuing their protest, employees of the association staged a sit-in in front of Old Secretariat and New Secretariat office today when police arrived and detained them. IS News sources said that 54 employees, including women employees, were picked up from the protest site. It may be mentioned that the association has been carrying out protest demonstrations ever since September 5th, demanding fulfillment of its 9-point charter of demands. The demands include to cancel the order about the transfer of Secretariat Assistant GAD M. Romin to Manipur Bhavan, Kolkata, to pay the grade pay of 1,800 rupees in respect of Group D Secretariat employees, to pay the grade pay of 4,200 rupees in respect of post of caretaker, to pay the grade pay of 4,600 rupees and 4,800 rupees respectively in respect of ASO, SO and PS to issue orders on payment of DA at the rate of central government with immediate effect from January 2023 as agreed upon. To immediately discontinue the re-engagement of retired employees, to expedite the whole promotion process, to immediately fill up all vacant posts, to immediately release, clear all the retirement benefits and pensions, and to scrap the National Pension Scheme (NPS). Of the 9 points raised by MSSA, it is the transfer of Manipur Secretariat employees outside the state, which has been noted with the deepest concern. The association launched a cease-work strike as no satisfactory response was received from the government. Manipur registered just 5 fresh COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. The new infections took the state's cumulative coronavirus cases to 139,778. Out of which 33 are active cases. According to the latest updates from COVID-19 Command Control Room, no individuals succumbed to COVID in the last 24 hours. Death toll remains at 2,148. Also, no individuals recuperated from the disease in the last 24 hours. With this, state's recovered cases stands at 1,37,597. Recovery rate has improved to 98.44%, while state's daily positivity rate stands at 1.4%. India's reported a spike of 6,422 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. The new infections took the country's cash load to over 4.45 crore, while active cash load has increased to 46,389. The country also reported 34 new COVID-related deaths in the past 24 hours, taking the total death count to over 5.28 lakh. As per the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, 5,748 recoveries were registered in the last 24 hours, taking the total number of recoveries to over 4.39 crore. The country's recovery rate stands at 98.71%. Over 215.98 crore vaccine doses have been administered so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Top 3 states contributing maximum number of COVID-19 cases to India's tally are Maharashtra, Kerala and Karnataka. Meanwhile, in the northeast India, Assam has the highest number of active cases, followed by Mizoram and Meghalaya. COVID-19 has infected over 61 crore 56 lakh, while more than 65 lakh 23,000 have succumbed to the dreaded coronavirus, and recoveries are above 59 crore and 48 lakh. Globally, United States of America has the highest COVID-19 cases, followed by India and France. The Common University Entrance Test CUET-UG results will be declared by around 10 p.m. tonight. UGC Chairman Professor M. Jagadish Kumar informed the same. The results will be declared by the National Testing Agency. The debut edition of CUET-UG, a gateway for undergraduate admissions, began in July and concluded on August 30th. The CUET-UG was conducted in 6 phases in 259 cities in the country and 9 cities abroad. Around 14.9 lakh candidates registered for the CUET this year. A retest was conducted on September 11 for considering the grievances of individual students. It has been introduced for admission into UG programs in central universities. As per the official data, among all states, Uttar Pradesh had the highest turnout among all the states, with 2,92,589 students appearing for the CUET. The second highest turnout was in Delhi, with 1,86,405 students appearing for test, followed by Bihar with 84,425. Meanwhile, only 583 of 5,634 registered candidates took the test in Meghalaya, logging the lowest attendance at 6.02%. Overall, 61.86% candidates appeared in the CUET-UG. Students who appeared in the test will be assigned a percentile for each subject they opted for on the basis of their score in that paper, which will then be normalized to reflect their performance in that subject across all sessions in which that examination, with 14.9 lakh registrations. The CUET is now the second biggest entrance exam in the country, surpassing JEE Mains average registration of 9 lakh. NEET UG is the biggest entrance test in India with an average of 18 lakh registrations. Works Minister Govindas Konthogzam urged the medical students of Regional Institute of Medical Sciences RIMS who have completed their graduation to show care and compassion while executing their duties. Speaking to media at graduation day ceremony at RIMS Jubilee Hall in Lumphel today, Minister Govindas Konthogzam emphasized the significant role of doctors, adding that doctors are responsible for increased life expectancy and improved well-being in society. He maintained that their contribution to human health is beyond comparison. He added that even the most minor mistake will cause adverse effects and may even kill a patient, and urged doctors to treat patient carefully and maintain professional ethics.
So you came out from institute with a place, but it is not respected. Then he asked me, who am I? I am a minister from Manipur. Then he stood up, I am going back. I came back. So our attitude is very important. So I think all of you understood and you have gained a lot of experience from this premier institute, and hope that you will serve better to save the life without wasting time, without making any mistake. With these few words, one more thing I would like to mention. After Santaji became the director, I have seen a sea change in this campus. More beautiful. Cleanliness is maintained very properly. So I hope this will continue, and the students, no more students now, from today. All of you will be a professionals. So please keep your promises for serving the people.
Speaking at the event, RIMS Director Professor S. Santa lamented that some doctors sometimes conduct unnecessary tests to patients, thereby wasting energy, resources and expenses. He urged the doctors to conduct only the necessary tests and treat their patients with care. Retired Lieutenant General Dr. Konsam Himalay, RIMS former Director Professor L. Fimate, Professor S. Rita, Dean of Academic Broden, Padma Shri Awardee Professor Indra Chakravarti, Professor C.H. Manglem, Professor N. Santi, Professor Y. Indivor and many people took part in the event. Preparations are underway under the aegis of the Akhil Bharatiya Therapant Yuvak Parishad ABTYP to organize a mega blood donation drive across the country on September 17 as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which shall be the world's biggest drive aiming to collect 3 lakh units of blood. Manipur is also all set to participate in the drive. Therapant Yuvak Parishad along with Seva Bharati Manipur will organize the blood donation drive at RIMS Hospital Blood Bank, Manipur Voluntary Health Association at Ningthem Pukrimapal, Imphal East District, Hospital Churachandpur and District Hospital Thoubal. The drive will begin from 9 a.m. and continue till 3 p.m. on the same day. Speaking to media today at Dharamsala in connection with the upcoming drive, MLA of Thangmeiban constituency Khumukcham Joykisan highlighted the plights facing the people owing to shortage of blood, especially during tough times of the prevailing COVID-19 pandemic. He asserted that blood is the most precious gift that anyone can give to another person, the gift of life. He urged the people, especially those between 18 to 65 years of age, to participate in the drive and donate blood, adding that every donation is critical and can make a life-saving differences.
Miyoi Bajati Seva Tawi Kumbiri Punamana blood donation came as Yobu, Hariba came as Rimsta, Ayoki Pumapan, Tratis de Hojagani, Anaba, Asonba, Hibacity, accidental Wasity, warning Bibanate, Hector Agi Saganate, Marumapang, Imungo, Payabanina, Ayagi Nuxira, Marup Singh, Agi China, Punamaket, Hawaii Kanabani, Miyoi Bajati, Hawaii Kanaban Habawakalonda, blood donation came to the Saruyabina, Tozeri, Honorable Prime Minister Sri Modi Jinasu, Baraki, Antonganba, Scheme.
Speaking on the sidelines, Seva Bharati founder member Laishram Jatra said that Seva Bharati has been working for the welfare of the people ever since its inception. He expressed concern over the increase in spread of various diseases. He maintained that every blood donation improves and saves lives and urged the people to come forward and voluntarily donate blood.
Seva Bharati ki thawasi miyam gi seva tawba duni ado hojiki matamda hoi covid ki patient hojik phawda su hoi anaba leiri sigi haidi blood ki kya darkar hoi aduga accident gumba aduga ngasai gi anaba makhan mathen kya mamangai dadi anaba si kaya yamamde adubu hojikti cancer oro karioro cancer si am riyar hoina kena toramane hojikti.
Meanwhile, residents of Tamenglong district are facing immense difficulties owing to the deplorable Tausem subdivision headquarters, road bought from Tamenglong headquarters and Kai Fundai along National Highway 37. Residents of the district are faced with inconveniences in their daily lives due to the pathetic condition of the road. Huge potholes that have surfaced on the road have been posing a serious threat to road users, especially school-going children and the commuters. The people of the area have appealed to the state government and authorities concerned to look into the matter and repair the road without further delay. Well, it's time for a short commercial break. We'll be back with latest news and updates.
Saruk Yabiu, Adom Su Suksoi Soy and Saruk Yabiu, Students Union of Kangleipak Subna Sinjaba, Open Debating Competition, Kangleipak Manipur da Drugs Ki Mahum Sari Si, Lengaki, Taurang Toxil, Mapung Pada Batagini.
Mosan Asida, Adomi Kariwa, Kalonai Bibagi.
Mosan Sida, Adomi Motari Libagi.
Adongi Kariwa Kalai Bage, Habadu, Debate Asunda Pongopi.
Students Union of Kangleipak Subna Sinjaba, Open Debating Competition Asi.
Sahigi Kenaba, Mahigi Kenaba Legend.
Imalebak Lamdam, Asidagi, Sahida Bachinja, a drugs in Asibu, Mangan Kinaba, Amadi Mutataba Honabada.
Adom Susanda.
Ahanba Mana 30,000 plus certificate with memento, Ani Subamana 20,000 plus certificate with memento, Ahum Subamana 10,000 plus certificate with memento, Mari Subadagina Tara Suba Faubana consolation prize Tamzan.
Student Unions of Kangleipak Subna Sinba.
Open Debating Competition Asi.
Lakliba, September Gitang, Taratare to
Thangzanumit, Ayoki Puma Pantaba Matamda, Konung Mamanda Laiba, Sandra Kitty Auditorium Hall.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching ICE Primetime English News. Two-day training program on hypertension management kicked off at Training Hall of GNM School of Nursing in Thobal today. Speaking at the program, Chief Medical Officer Thobal Dr. Y. Nokul appealed the participants to earn good knowledge, new information on hypertension treatment protocol carefully during the training program so that the new knowledge will definitely help in practical life. Principal of GNM Training School Thobal Khangabok, Dr. N. Memchobe took part in the event. Around 120 medical officers, community health officers, SNs, ANMs and pharmacists are participating in the program organized by NCD Cell District Health Society Thobal in collaboration with ICMR and WHO. During course of the training, ICMR NIE consultant Dr. Subhabrata Das, CVHO WHO Andhra Pradesh Dr. C.R. Patel, CVHO WHO Assam Dr. Gunjan Nath and Senior Treatment ICMR NIE for Thobal District A.K. Sonam will facilitate in the different topics like hypertension diagnosis and treatment protocol, opportunistic screening and task sharing, supply chain management, portal and IT app, documentation and reporting, etc. through PowerPoint presentation, group discussion, interaction session and role play, etc. In view of the recent outbreak of dengue cases in Indo-Myanmar border town More, authorities concerned have intensified various preventive measures like fogging to control spread of the virus. A team is carrying out mass fogging drive at areas which detected dengue positive cases. The drive was carried out as part of state and district vector-borne diseases control program under the initiative of State Malaria Officer Dr. A.R. Chisti and District Malaria Officer Dr. Manibhushan Yaikom. The drive aimed to check the spread of dengue and other vector-borne diseases, and it is said that the drive will be continued till the outbreak is contained. So far, dengue-risk localities including Chawangphai locality, Chan Vang, Phaicham Vang and Gamnom Vang has been covered during the drive. The cumulative number of dengue cases in More town has surged to 190. The unprecedented surge in the number of dengue cases has triggered panic among the residents of the town as people are potentially at risk of contracting the disease. Members of Manipur Commission for Protection of Child Rights visited Paumata PHC and Tungzoi PHSC in Senapati district to inspect the conditions of hospitalized patients who were suspected of getting food poisoning from eating fermented fish. The visit was held under MCPCR chairperson. Before visiting the health centers, members of the commission met with the Chief Medical Officer of Senapati, Dr. Helen, and inquired about the health of the patients. As per information from the CMO, the condition of the patients are stable. The number of patients treated at the hospital are about 92, out of which 24 are children. The Food Safety Department already has a report for the exact results of this untoward incident. According to the medical officer, PHC Paumata, 57 patients were admitted to PHC Paumata and another 35 patients were admitted to Tungzoi Sub-Center at around 12:30 p.m. on September 13. Samples were collected from the affected site and sent to the State Food Testing Laboratory. Medical Directorate, Imphal, Manipur. All medicine input has been given to all patients and all are now stable. Out of the total patients admitted of 2 centers, 55 are discharged and the minors who are undergoing treatment at 2 centers are only 2. District Legal Services Authority Senapati under the aegis of National Legal Services Authority NALSA and Manipur State Legal Services Authority MASALSA observed International Day of Democracy at the District and Session Court Complex Senapati today. Speaking at the program, Chief Judicial Magistrate Senapati Asem Tarun Kumari spoke on the topic democracy and role of judiciary. Chairman DLSA Senapati and Kirti Chan, Secretary DLSA Senapati Margaret Nyamsyam Kim, Judicial Magistrate First Class Kangpokpi Ningombam Sophia Rani, bar members, prosecution staff, VDF personnel and staff of courts and DLSA Senapati attended the program. In another step to maintain peace as well as law and order, a tripartite peace agreement is expected to be signed with tribal militant groups in Assam in the presence of Union Home Minister Amit Shah here in the national capital today. Top government sources said agreement will be signed after 5 p.m. this evening at the Ministry of Home Affairs MHA. The peace agreement is expected to be signed by the central government, Assam government and 5 rebel outfits of Assam. All Adivasi National Liberation Army, Adivasi Cobra militants of Assam, Virsa Commando Force, Santhal Tiger Force and Adivasi People's Army. Officials said the tripartite agreement is expected to be signed with these 5 tribal outfits groups which are currently under a ceasefire deal with the government. These Assam tribal outfits groups have been in a ceasefire after announcing the suspension of operations years ago and have been holding peace talks thereafter. However, over 100 cadres of these groups are now temporarily living in designated camps under the protection of the Assam police. Assam Chief Minister Hemant Biswa Sharma, along with senior officials in the Assam government, will be present during the signing of the agreement. Meanwhile, the Assam Chief Minister will meet the members of the 5 militant outfits of Assam House this afternoon before heading to the Ministry of Home Affairs for signing the historical agreement. The world has never been in a better position to end the COVID-19 pandemic. The head of the World Health Organization said his most optimistic outlook yet on the years-long health crisis, which has killed over 6 million people. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said that the number of newly reported cases of COVID-19 has dropped dramatically and urged nations to keep up their efforts against the disease. He stated that we are not there yet, but the end is in sight. This was the most upbeat assessment from the UN agency since it declared an international emergency in January 2020 and started describing COVID-19 as a pandemic 3 months later. Tedros asserted that newly reported cases of the disease, which was killed millions and infected 606 million since appearing in late 2019, last week fell to the lowest level since March 2020. The virus, which emerged in China in late 2019, has killed nearly 6.5 million people and infected 606 million, rolling global economies and overwhelming healthcare system. The rollout of vaccines and therapies have helped to stem deaths and hospitalizations, and the Omicron variant, which emerged late last year, causes less severe diseases. The WHO Director General urged nations to maintain their vigilance and liken the pandemic to a marathon race. He maintained that countries need to take a hard look at their policies and strengthen them for COVID-19, and also urged nations to vaccinate 100% of their high-risk groups and keep testing for the virus. The WHO said countries need to maintain adequate supplies of medical equipment and healthcare workers. With over 1 million deaths this year alone, the pandemic remains an emergency globally and within most countries. WHO's next meeting of experts to decide whether the pandemic still represents a public health emergency of international concern is due in October. Let's now have the sports news. In sports today, Mumbai City FC reached the final of the 131st Durand Cup, overcoming local giants Mohammedan Sporting by 1-0 in the first semi-final at the Vivekananda Yuba Bharati Kirangan in Kolkata to enter the finals. Bipin Singh got the all-important strike in the final minute of regulation time, courtesy a Lallianjola Changte assist. This will be the Islanders' first ever final in Asia's oldest tournament in their very first appearance. Sunil Chhetri-led Bengaluru FC will look to qualify for its maiden final of the Durand Cup football tournament as it faces Indian Super League champion Hyderabad FC in the second semi-finals today. The match will be played at the Vivekananda Yuba Bharati Kirangan VYBK in Kolkata at 6 p.m. Both teams have also scored an identical 11 goals in the 5 games so far, with HFC conceding 3 while BFC has let in 5. In women's cricket, the third and final T20 international between India and England will be played today at the County Ground in Bristol. The match will begin at 11 p.m. Earlier on Tuesday, September 13, India defeated England by 8 wickets in the second T20 to level the 3 matches series 1-1. Both teams will play 3 ODI matches after the T20 series. Before we wind up, let's have a quick look at the top news headlines once again. Governor Laganeshan presents Governor's Award, and R.K. Sanatomi Devi Award 2022 says human resource development is vital to nation's strength, while progress, prosperity and education are its key elements. "13 militants surrender with firearms before Chief Minister Nongtuman Biren. Chief Minister urges all underground outfits instead to come to negotiating table." "54 employees of Manipur Secretariat Services Association demanding fulfillment of association's 9-point charter of demands detained by police, taken to Sajiwa jail." Manipur logs 5 new COVID-19 cases, 0 deaths in last 24 hours. Test recovery rate improves to 98.44%. And results for Common University entrance test undergraduate will be declared by 10 tonight, informs UGC Chairman Jagadish Kumar. Well, that's all for now. Keep watching IS News and good night.